Okay, it looks like I am now live. I'm just going to wait for my laptop to catch up with me about 20 seconds just to make sure I am live. I see that Carl is on here. That tells me I think I'm live. So let me just get the screen up here on my laptop just so I can see a little bit better. Okay, I think I'm good. So we are going to be working with another kit. Using the kits collection from Stampin' Up. This is a great tool, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But in our team meeting last night, I said I don't really have time to make anything because I had to work today. So I'm going to bring another kit because I think these are super fun. While people are trying to find me on YouTube here, I'm just going to go over a few things. Two things actually, and that's it. I have my host code available for the month of March. This will be for the entire month of March. So and I haven't put this out yet because I'm just a little bit behind. I'll get this out later tonight. But any orders that have been already placed in any of those increments there will qualify. So from March 1st to the 31st, when you use the host code, which is this huge big letter here, I feel like that's the font that I see at the eye doctors. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm pretty sure I can read that. Here is my website, which embeds this code here. So you could take a screenshot of it. Looks like I'm crooked here. Let me see. There we go. So this is really good because if you use this website here, it will get you directly to my Stampin' Up! Online store, and it will embed this host code in here so you don't have to worry about finding the location of it where a host code goes. It just makes it super easy for you. So that's a nice little link there. If your order is over 150, please do not use that host code. I want you to be able to earn, you've earned your host rewards, your Stampin' rewards. So 10%, 150 and above, you receive 10% of free product from Stampin' Up. So, and I would give you probably 6, depending on where. I just stopped at 125, so it'll be at least 5. It'll be actually at least 6 surprise gifts. And these gifts can be anything from some craft fair products that I sell. It can be some card kits, designer series paper, whatever I have in my stash, I am going to be giving away for the month of March. I'm getting ready for the annual catalog, so I want to try to use up as much of the supplies I have in my craft room here so I can order new stuff. So when the annual catalog comes out, I'll be ready to go. So in any event, that is my new host code for the month of March. I will put this on my website a little bit later today. So that's one thing I want to go over. And the next thing I wanted to go over is my spring retreat. I have moved my location to Woodstock, Vermont, and it's a nice little quaint town. It's going to be at the Thompson Center. There's not many more days to register. This can also be a to-go item as well. It is on my website, which is inspiredbygram.com. On the right side of the menu bar, it's the same image here. So if you click that, it will bring you to all the information that you will need regarding my retreat. In person, I need to have at least 6 people to join me in person to make this effective for everybody. So in any way, March 14th is the last day you can register, and you can see a sneak peek of the bundles that I'll be using. Hint, hint. All right. Looks like we got some fireflies, or some people call them lightning bugs, and we got some ice cream up there. So it should be a fun retreat. I always enjoy getting together and craft for the entire weekend. So it is going to be on March 25th and 26th. It's a Saturday and Sunday. And there's plenty of places to stay in Woodstock or maybe a little bit further east in White River Junction or in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. So that is my spring retreat. Register by March 14th. All right, so it looks like we got a couple people on here, and I will, let's see, it says one person's waiting. That's weird. I don't know. I would assume that you guys are on here. So I see that Kathy just came on, so I think we're gonna go for it. So this is a kit collection. They come in these really nice Stampin' Up! Boxes that I always love to use. They're very sturdy. I reuse them, repurpose them for, boy, something's sounding like something's falling off the roof. It's probably my husband. He's watching TV downstairs, and he tends to watch those really loud, like, really loud shows or movies, what have you. He's addicted to HBO, I think. I don't know. Anyway, it's his time to relax after working a hard day. But in the event, I'm going to be using the Let's Party Treat packaging. So they come nicely put together, kind of like our paper pumpkin. This has an ink spot, which is a retired color, which is called Misty Moonlight. So I'm not going to open that one. Let me think about what I want to use. Probably Night of Navy is going to be the best decision to make because it's a darker blue, but we will see. So let me just open this right now, and we will see what the coordinating colors are, and I can go from there. I've never done this kit. I'm going to wing it, as I say. But let's see what we have in here. All right, it's always packaged really nice, so you don't have to worry about any damaged products here. All right, so it looks like we have some tear and tape, which is awesome, right? And it looks like we got some embellishments in here too, so let's take those out. There's some nice little smooth dots here. Looks like 2 different sizes. I'm gonna say that's this is an older kit, so maybe Magenta Madness, and this could be maybe Granny Apple Green. I'm gonna test myself because I'm gonna see what the colors are. I always save these Ziploc bags because I repurpose those as well, so I'm gonna put that over there. And I also repurpose the chipboard that's in here too. Makes great packaging for sending card kits. So glue dots, these are glue dots. I will be using my liquid glue or Stampin' Seal most likely. We got a paper pumpkin block. I saved these for my in-person classes with the kids. So I got another block for them to use. And let's see, we got a stamp set. Let me see if I can find some. Let me bring that chipboard back here. And I'm going to see what it says. It says, "You're the best." We've got a balloon. We got a to and from. That's good. I can't read this. What is that? For you, my friend. Let's party. We got some little, looks like stars, a bird, another bird. It's your day, hooray. And that's kind of like some diagonal lines. It looks like we got some kind of lizard. So we'll see what it looks like. It looks like on the picture here, we got some kangaroos. And I don't know, what's the difference between a crocodile and an alligator? I don't know what is which. So maybe someone could tell me, because I honestly don't know. We don't have those in Vermont, so it's something that I don't have to worry about. And I just realized that not all my blocks, but probably most of the ones I want to use tonight are in my bin from yesterday. So let me just bring over all the blocks that I can use for today. I had an in-person class yesterday and the day before. So I kind of pack, unpack, and then pack back up. And now it's still ready to go get unpacked. All right, so I don't need this because we just went over the ink or the stamp set. So in all our kits, we have instruction sheets that look like this, okay? And then we open it up and it gives us step-by-step instructions. So for instance, this one here is going to be more of the yellow. And if you didn't know, let me just fold this a little bit backwards. there's some images here, and I'll try to bring this up as close as I can so you can see it. These little solid dots here are glue dots. These right here are Stampin' Dimensionals, and of course that is tear and tape. And we've got our Misty Moonlight, and we have the block, and then it's going to tell us what we need for this first treat packaging kit. And you can see over here, it does the same thing. And this is like a banner that we'll probably stamp on. So I like the instruction sheets. They are for anyone, any age. I have a challenge for my team. The first person on my team to have a documented kit party with either friends, relatives, grandkids, sister, brother, parents will earn a reward from me, which is a $25 gift certificate from myself. So nice little challenge. We discussed that last night at our team meeting, which I forgot to put in the minutes, which were just emailed. So I might have to update that a little bit. But you can kind of see what we have here. Kits for every occasion. You can get the information and what kits are available because the inventory is always changing. And sometimes they show up and we don't even know about it. It's just by chance. So if you log on to the Stampin' Up website, in the left corner, there is a little menu bar and just find the kits collection. And then on the back side here is all of the parts that come in it. Now let's see what the coordinating Stampin' Up colors are. And some of these colors are retired, which is great news. Great news because guess what? We are going to be going through a color refresh. So I have no idea if Night of Navy is going to be in there. Or is maybe some of these colors coming back? We don't know yet. So we are working with Balmy Blue, Bumblebee, Crumb Cake, Granny Apple Green. Hey, I got that one right. And Magenta Madness, which I got right here. So I'm 2 for 2. And then we got Misty Moonlight. So those are the coordinating colors. And when I am working on a kits collection, I always get to my first instruction over here. And I think I'm off camera here. Hold on. I'm not paying attention to my laptop. I'm going to pull that forward to me and make sure I'm kind of staying where I need to. Okay, so when I'm working with a kit, I like to try to stay as organized as I can be. And that's kind of difficult during a video here. But normally I would use my whole desk here. It's like 6 feet long. And believe it or not, I can make a mess of a 6-foot desk or table because it's so easy to do, especially when I'm designing. That's the hardest thing for me is to design. It could take me an hour just to design one card. And I know that's pathetic, but I think that's more the OCD in myself. It just, that's the way I am. And I want it to turn out good for my customers. All right, so we have these here. Those are the boxes. And then we have some, looks like die cuts. And we have 2 sheets of them. So I always like to pop these out real quick. Being careful not to tear them, of course. And we got one more here. We got some bright colors tonight. This I will recycle. And then we've got 4 more die cuts. So again, I am just stacking them over here in the same color so I know where they are. I don't know how many die cuts or stickers we have in this, but we're going to learn together here as I kind of go through it. All right, here's some banners that we will stamp on, most likely. So it looks like there's a couple different sizes. That one's about 1 inch long and maybe 3/4 of an inch high. This one's probably 1.5 inches by 1/2 inch. But so far, so good. Now, I'm thinking you can, if you're a craft fair vendor, just kind of trying to think outside of the box here, you probably could take some cardstock designer series paper, trace this out and make the same thing, okay? So if you find the template, just trace it on some other paper and then you can make multiple packagings. or you can just purchase the kit. The kit's $19, so that's a pretty good price, I believe, for one of our kits. And you get a stamp set, or yeah, you get a stamp set, ink spot, some tear and tape, embellishments, and we will not use all of this. So you will have extra products to use in your craft room for days to come. So I do really like the kits, just because if you're just starting out as a stamper, it gives you an opportunity to learn products, some stamping, basic stamping, and also just how to use maybe some adhesives, because we've got glue dots and we've got the tear and tape. All right, so those are all our banners. I'm going to put those over here. And I don't think you can see them because those are off camera here. Now, did anybody say gators versus alligators? Did anybody comment on that? I think gators are US, crocs elsewhere. Oh, okay. All right. So we got alligators here with a nice little bird on the top, right? That's got to be a friendly one, because look at that. It's got this little cute bird. Oh, I think my camera is not focusing. You see that right there? That's kind of fun. All right, so we got some kangaroos. One thing about objects like this, the die cuts, you have to be really careful, or else you will, like, this is okay to pop out really quickly, but when you get down to this tail here, you want to be careful, because you don't want to tear that tail off. I'm sure you could put it back together again, but, you know, kangaroo might not like that. All right, so we've got those, and 4 and 4. So my kids class was on Wednesday. It was from 9 to 12. Kids were out of school because, or no, that was Tuesday. In Vermont, down here where I live, it was town meeting day and town voting. So that is a holiday for kids. Because they use the school as a voting place. So I offered to run a class for kids, and kits are the easiest thing for me to do. And I've got a new, I had a new idea for the kids, and I am going to just bring a ton of kits, and they can pick their own, and that way I've got them to use what they want to use. I just noticed this. They're the same side there. Okay. All right. We are going to, let's see. The instruction says, let me just put these over here. This is going to be the same thing. So if I was mass producing 9 of these, I would score, burnish, all this stuff first, and then I'd work on the next one. So maybe that's what I'll do. This could get boring for you, so if you don't want to watch it, you can always come back to the replay and fast forward. So I'm going to make all of the yellow ones. Let me just make sure there's more than... I just want to see how many designs there are. It looks like there's just 2. Alrighty. So, I don't know what they want me to do here. Because it doesn't show any stamping here. I guess it's just showing me what goes with what. So the yellow ones, we have 4 yellow ones. So let me grab 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it looks like we want to use the magenta madness. And then the kangaroos. Okay, and then the embellishments, and then the rest of them should be the alligator. So we're going to put these off to the side, and we will work with the kangaroos first. Now the sentiment banners, they look like the same size. So let me just look forward here. Oh, I just think it depends on what sentiment you want to use, because some of these are taller and some of them are not so tall. So that's what that's all about. I'll try to figure out what I want on the banners. Okay, so it looks like the first thing I need to do is stamp. So they're saying to stamp It's Your Day. So I will do that as well. I need some gift packaging. So this is a great opportunity to do two things. One, I can stamp with you. And two, I can get some work done at the same time. All right. Okay. So we have It's Your Day. And again, I'm going to be using Night of Navy because I save the ink spots for the kids to use. I don't like to bring my big ink pads like this because, you know, kids, they make a hot mess. You should have seen Ethan yesterday. His hands were probably the dirtiest, or more, I should say, most colorful hands that were full of ink. But thankfully it's water-based ink and it will come off. But I just love the kids programming. It's so much fun. All right, so I've got my Stampin' Pierce mat because we're working with photopolymer, and I almost forgot that step. So just working with a piercing mat will give you the sponginess that you need that would be on a red rubber stamp. All right, so It's Your Day. I'm going to stamp It's Your Day 4 times because I'm just pretending I'm making 100 of It's Your Day. There's 2. And they give you more banners than what you need, which is really nice, especially if you're a beginner stamper and you're just learning how to stamp and you make a mistake. You might rock your block too much or get excess ink on there. Then, you know, it gives you a second chance. You always have 2 sides of paper. So I always tell my participants in my class, if you make a mistake, just turn it over and try again. And if you make another mistake, I usually have some extra die cuts for them. So I'm going to use 4 of those. And let me switch over to the smaller ones, and then we can see how this one works as well. So grab 4. Okay, so it looks like we have all of these are extra, which I would use. I put in my little embellishment. I have a die cutting like system here. Let me just show you, and I've showed this to you before, but I got these little bins here. I think I got them at Michael's. But if I make extra sentiment labels and stamp them, I'm keeping them because here's a nice little one right here. I made this one the other day. But they're handy to use. You can just pull them out. Some of them are retired like this one. But if I'm just trying to make a thank you card here, I can pull this out, Mountains of Thanks. And generally the color that I stamped will probably go with anything. Here's a thank you with Very Vanilla. So that's kind of my little container here for sentiments. And then I have some basic white and basic, or the Very Vanilla labels here ready to go. And then I have a ton of extra die cuts and punch shapes. And this is handy because I can just pull them out and just see if I can find something really quickly if I'm in a rush. So I do like this system now, and I've been using it for a couple months, and I think it's been really good for me. Okay, so I'm going to take this stamp off. Generally, I would clean it, but that Stampin' Scrub is in my class projects. So let me see. Hey, let's party. Will that fit? Let's see. Yes, it will. So I'm going to use Let's Party. And when you're putting photopolymer stamps on your blocks, don't do this. Okay, don't put it on like this, because what happens is it doesn't go on straight. Most times it will not go on straight. It's going to be crooked. You can, if you wanted this to be an angle sentiment, like, let me just see, like this, the photopolymer stamps let you do that. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So let me just grab some scrap paper out of my drawer. How about a Post-it note? Because that will give me the sponginess too. So here is the Let's Party. Okay, see how that is? It's not stamped as well because we're on using Post-it notes. But then I'm gonna just put my stamp down here. Actually, I'm going to show you. If I put it on, like just put it on without even paying attention, most likely it's not going to be straight. So let's see if I can get this crooked. Yeah, it's crooked, right? So it goes up and down. So that's why you don't want to put your sentiments, your photopolymer stamps on. You want to do it this way. So you put it down so the flat side is facing you. My sentiments go on my blocks like this. That way my eyes focus on the sentiment rather than the edge of the block. If you haven't tried that, please try it because I'm pretty much sure it's been a game changer for me. So just a little information there. Let's see how I stamp Let's Party. Not too bad. I got ink on my fingers too, so I got to be really careful. So we'll stamp Let's Party 4 times. Super easy. I like this font too. It's easy to stamp. Don't really have to worry about it. And it's pretty solid, so you can kind of really see what it says. All right, so we have 8 sentiments. I think we're done with the ink. I'm going to guess we are. So I'm just going to close this up and move my stamping supplies off to the side. All right, so we'll go back to the instructions here. So we have all of our stamping done. Let me just put these over here. It's Your Day is going to be our first one. Then it's asking, so we got done this part. Then it's asking to put adhesive on the back of the sentiments. Now the adhesive that are in the kits are glue dots. Okay, I will try to work with these tonight, but really didn't want this to be a long video to live tonight because I've got some things I need to do, but we'll try it. I know some people don't like to use these because it's very hard to use them. Some people find it's very hard, but I want to tell you that if you use them consistently in more than 5 minutes, you will get the hang of it, okay? I haven't used these in a while, so I'm probably going to be like a beginner again, but you have to stay with it. And it's, you know, it's supplies that came in the kit, so you kind of want to use them. So then the glue dots will go on the back of that banner. We've got 3 dimensionals, and you know what? Oh, there they are. Dimensionals. Look at how many dimensionals they gave us. I'm not going to use all those. I'm sure I'm not. And then we'll assemble that, and it looks like we're going to assemble the box too. So let me see my silicone craft sheet. I'm going to pull that into the picture. We're done our stamping, so I don't need that piercing mat. So the first thing I'm going to do is flip. Oh, no, I'm not using these. I'm using the other ones, Karen. Getting ahead of myself. All right, so I am going to flip down these sentiments. Again, we're mass producing. Pretend we're mass producing 100. And then I will take my Take Your Pick tool because it's got a nice little pointy, sharp side on here. On the reverse side of the Take Your Pick tool, it's got like a spatula. And on the other side here is a putty tool. And the putty tool is to pick up embellishments that are really small. And then there's also a scoring tool that comes with this. So it's a multi-usable tool. All right, so here we go with the glue dots here. Let's see if I can do it. So I just picked them off with my Take Your Pick tool. So I'm going to add, I wonder if I should add, this is the longer one. It's just saying 2, so I'm just going to do what the instructions say. So notice I'm adding all of my glue dots on at the same time. So my brain is only thinking of one thing, picking that glue dot up, placing it down, and then we're done, okay? The next step you want to do is, I think if you press down with this side here with a plastic cap on, you can get them stuck down a little bit better. Okay, and then some of them might really come off a little bit easier. So I just like to, again, use this pointy part. I'll get my putty out. And then you can take this off to the side, and I'm going to throw it out in my little container here. So you're doing multiple steps. Because these things, they kind of slide around. They're a little bit slippery. All right, so see this? Once you press it down hard with your tool, then these things come off very easily. So I want you to try it. Don't give up on these mini glue dots because you paid for them, right, in a kit. Why don't you use them? I know some people, again, are going to say it takes too long, but I say give it a try in like 15 minutes worth. So get 100 banners stamped and then put all those glue dots on, maybe 25 of them. Because if you really don't like it, then I won't want you frustrated. And you can give it a try that way. All right, so got those all on. The next step is to take that kangaroo and we will add some Stampin' Dimensionals to them. So we have 4. And I just want to make sure I'm not going to mess this up. Yeah, it's all the same. Yes. Okay, so 3. So when I say 3, I'm going to create a triangle. So I'm going to put one way up here on the back of the head area. And then I'm going to go down here where the foot is. And then I'm going over here where the tail is. If you really want to put one in the middle, you can, but I don't think it's really necessary. And the instructions say to only use 3. So they're telling us what to do here. So again, I'm creating that triangle. And we got 3 more to go. Okay. Next step is I'm going to press these down with my thumb just to make sure they're glued down, adhered down to the paper, and they don't come off. Next step, look at, I'm using this tool all day today here, or all night with you. So now, oops, that's stuck to me. I'm taking the pointy side again, I'm digging into that dimensional here, and I'm just popping it right off. All right, so that is one. Now, don't worry about, let me show you. When you poke into the dimensional, you're going to get this little hole here. Don't worry about it. The only thing you want to worry about is you don't press too hard because you're going to get marks on the front side and you really don't want that. All right, so we've got 2 that are ready to go. I'm going to put those up here. And then we will work on 3 more of them here. I'll put that one up there. And then the last 3. Okay, so we have all those off. These are ready to go, so those go over there. And I'm going to get this. I don't like these little things all over me. Okay. I'm just looking at the instructions because I want to go in order. Okay, so we're going to be working now with the Magenta Madness scallop circles. Just think, okay, when you make all of these, we have some layering circles that are scallopy, right? And we also have the stylish shapes that are, they don't have the scallop on it. They have the, you know, the kind of straight line, but then it's got stitching on it. And these have a little bit of stitching on it. So I'm just trying to think of products that we sell that are close to what we're using here today so that you can, if you want to make 100 of these, then you can order either the kits or you can order the supplies to make them. So layering circles or the stylish shapes is what I would choose. And then we're going to take, it looks like the kangaroo goes right here. Now you don't have to use kangaroos, right? We have a ladybug punch. We have, I'm trying to think what we have, a deer punch, a hedgehog punch. What's some other ones that make shapes? If I had my punches right here, I could name them off just like that because I'm a punch lady. And did you see the circle punches are coming back? And they're so popular right now that the 1 3/4 inch circle punch is on back order. I am so happy that they are back in the game. Now you can use, I think this is probably like 2 1/4 circle. You could also use a punch and be really, really fast. So you won't have to die cut. All right, next step is to work with the box. All right, so the instructions say to add tear and tape, and I just want to make sure I get it the right way. It looks like I have to fold this up this way. I'm just going to do one first to see if I get this correct. All right, so we fold that up. We take our tear tape. Now, I'm not going to use this one. Or wait, I don't know. I'm going to use this one because I thought I had an extra one that was left over from a previous kit, and it looks like I used it. So I will use these. Okay, so the tear and tape goes all the way here, and then we rip it off. We always like to burnish this because it's going to come off so much easier if you do that additional step. Then I'm using my Take Your Pick tool again and peeling that off. Now, I think all we really need to do is fold, yes, on top of here. I would actually burnish this, okay? So now we have a box, right? And it's gonna fold in like so. I think, let me see. Oh no, I have to do that next. Oh, I think I was supposed to do that. Yeah, I was actually, oh, I did this the wrong way, of course. But this is going to be the blue side. Some reason, I think I was supposed to, oh man, what did I do? This is supposed to fold in like this. But I think I was supposed to do it before I put the pieces together. So I'm going to try that one more time. See, this is why I'm going to do one first, is so I can get it straight. All right. Let's see. I don't know how I'm going to fold those because it's kind of a, I don't know if you can see it or not. Oh, I see it's kind of a round half circle here. So I think you just have to kind of press it like this. Like this. If you guys know, let me know because I wouldn't want to struggle with this. Oh, the bunny. I'm looking at the comments. Well, this is kind of fun. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Of course, this is the first time you use a kit, and it's not going to go as well. Okay, so look at. So here I had it like this, right? I add the score tape. Then over here, it's telling me, I don't know if I'm supposed to, see, it looks like I was doing it correctly, right? And then it wants me to, see, here's another fold, score. And then over here, it's showing you to fold as well. And I think it's, I don't know. Is Lynn on here? Because Lynn would know exactly what to do. I think you do this, but I don't know how it sticks together. They have these little tabs here. Dang. Anybody want to comment on that? I'm going to wait 20 seconds for my laptop to catch up. So, I did it the correct way, I would think. One of these has to go in. I would think this one goes in, and then this one goes like that, but then that doesn't make sense. Nobody has any comments for me. Help me out, help me out. I mean, how else would you do it? Okay, so I think they kind of fold into each other, and when finished, the body will hold it in place. You're doing it correctly. They are just tricky to fold ends in. And the end piece with cutout, wait a minute, is to help the recipient open the package. Okay, so then the cutout is on the top then. So then, no, this one gets folded. Well, I got it pretty much burnished. And I want to say that goes like this. Like, I think I understand what you're saying, but I can't get it to work. Like, I think it's supposed to go like that. Somehow. Well, on top of each other. Like this, but then how does it stay together? Do I use, it doesn't show here to add any tape or any glue dots. It just says to put the tear and tape right here. And I'm not sure. Like, I could do it that way. I would have to use some more of that tear and tape. It will stay together. Okay, when completed. Okay, so if I had something in here, then it will work. Okay, well, hold on. What paper crafter doesn't have chocolate? I bought a whole bag today. So I needed some more chocolate for my in-person card classes. So let's see if these will fit in here. I love Milky Ways, by the way. Snickers. I ate a lot of Snickers when I through hike the Long Trail because they have peanuts in them, full of protein. So I think this somehow has to go underneath, but if I was to do this, I wouldn't let them just go on top of each other because I think it would fall out. What if it fell out? So what I'm going to do, Karen's going to improvise. I want to do it Karen's way. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to take some of this tear and tape. And I'm going to put this here. Maybe this won't work, but I'm going to give it a try. I don't know if this is going to work either. Oh, what a flop. Okay, I'm going to put my Snickers in there. Maybe I just need something in there. Okay. Because that is wicked sticky. It's bending on me. Well, maybe I'll just make 2 of these. Because it's taking me forever. Oh, okay. I'm going to give up in just a second. Let's work on this end here. See, I think this one's working fine. It's just the other. Okay, pretend those are closed shut. And now if we want to put the kangaroo on here, so it looks like we need to use some more of those dimensionals and make a triangle. So we want to make sure the head is at the top here. And then one down here and one down here. Oops, sorry, I just hit the camera. And I'm just going to peel those off really quick. And then this is supposed to go on the yellow one. But we're going to put it on the Misty Moonlight one. Okay. And now we are going to add, let's party, because Karen needs something. It certainly is not my day. I'm going to put tear and tape on this piece. It's calling for the glue dots, but I'm going to use tear and tape because it's much more, it's a lot thicker. And I'm just going to put this Let's Party right here. And now we can throw on the embellishments. And I'm going to use the Magenta Madness because green's not in here. So this will be tone on tone over here. And let me grab another little tiny one. Again, I'm going to put one on the opposite side. And then let's put one over here. Okay, so it is staying in a little bit better. But if I was to make 100 of these and then have to like bring them to a wedding or, you know, craft fair, I probably would do these ends a little bit better. Well, of course it'd be better, but some other way, because it's really not going to hold very well. But anyway, that's what it looks like. If you wanted to jazz it up, and we always like to jazz things up because jazziness sells, I would just take my Wink of Stella and let's put a little bit on his ears here and his eyes, his nose and mouth. Just a little bit around these lines here. That way we've got some little shimmer on him or her. And then we've got a nice little sparkly kangaroo. Okay, let's do that alligator. Let's make that alligator box. And we'll use yellow this side. All right, so Karen's got a wicked hot mess here once again. And let me just clear it all up. So yellow. So we're going to fold this down, score it, and then put the tear tape on here. And then, oops, I've got my charger on my phone and I just keep hitting the cord. Okay, so work on where the ends curve up to get it well curved and it will hold well. Before I put it together or after? Pinch the paint. I don't know what that means. Pinch insides of pancake. Yes, before. Okay, so work on them like this, right? So I am kind of pinching it. So that's kind of flat. Is that how I want it? I'm glad you guys are helping me out tonight. Okay, I think, is that good enough? Like that? And then, yes, and just on score line. Okay, so now do I fold? What do I fold? Is one on top of the other? So I feel like it's still not going to work. Yes, and just on score line. So now do I stick it like this? Stick it in half? I'm waiting for the comments to come through because I'm not going to press this down. Now glue together and then fold ends in. Okay. Please work. Please, please. Now, which one do I fold in first? The one that's like this or the one that has this? I would say this one is the one that goes in first and then this one. I think I got it. It needs adhesive on sides first, but the instructions don't say that. But look, I got it much better. Let's see if I can do the same thing on this side. Oh my gosh, I got it. That is so much better. Awesome. Okay. All right. So we'll just fill this one with some Milky Way minis so we can get the true effect. No glue is needed. Yeah, if you fold them right, you're correct. No glue is needed because they are fine. The top would be the side that, see how this creases down? I would have this as the bottom. That way you don't see the edges of the paper. Now let's work. Yes, practice makes perfect. Yes, yes, for sure. And I have never put this kit together, so I was kind of winging it tonight, you guys, and I did say that earlier. All right, so we're going to check this alligator out, and it needs 2 Stampin' Dimensionals, and we would put them one here, and then we would put one over here. Okay, and then I'm going to peel this off, and then it goes on the blue. Again, this has a stitching on around the circle here, so that looks super nice. Now we're going to put this little alligator down on the bottom here. And they have the bird actually right on the edge, the mouth, right on the edge of the scallop. Okay. And then the sentiment, it's your day. Again, we've already prepped these with our glue dots. And then they want it over here, overhanging on the edge. Okay. Then we're going to create the triangle again. So we want the top of that scallop circle, or making sure that alligator is going the correct way. And then we take the backings off. And then we'll put this right on top. Now I've got all my colors mixed up because this is supposed to have the pink one, but it's okay. Green is here. So this is Granny Apple Green. So I'm just going to put these little dots kind of, I want to put one off to the side here. And then maybe I'm going to use 5 this time because they give us more than what we need. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that odd number 5 is going to go right there. Okay, there's this one. Now let's jazz it up with some Wink of Stella because it looks too matted to me. So if we just add a little sparkle, it's going to look so much better. And I'm just doing a light brush stroke, okay? You don't have to do a heavy brush stroke. Just very light and you'll be fine. You probably can't see the glitter here, but it is sparkly. All right, I'm going to check out the comments and see what we got here. Okay, yes, that's it. So, I'm so happy. We made a team tonight, you guys. I love that. All right. Practice makes perfect. Yep. Okay, woohoo, good jobs. Okay, I've made them before using paper towel rolls. Well, that's a great idea. And then you covered with Christmas paper and put them in a bowl for decoration. Ah, yep. Yeah, the blue, Debbie, you said the blue is better with the yellow. Yes, that is the way. Well, it says blue goes with the blue. And let's go here. Magenta Madness goes with the yellow. Hey, they made a mistake. I caught it. Look, they put this one on upside down because that's the crease. And it should have been flipped over the other way. But that's okay. Karen really goofed up. And that picture's goofed up. But we'll go for it tonight, right? Okay, so I'm not going to create any more of these. I think I'm going to eat one of those Milky Way minis because I got one right here. And I will finish the rest of these. And I will create the other three the way they're supposed to be created with the color combinations. And then I will post the picture on my Facebook page, which is Inspired by Graham. If you're not a follower, please follow me. I haven't posted much this week just because I have been running around with multiple in-person classes this week. Usually I don't have multiple ones, but I had one, let's see, Tuesday and Wednesday back to back. So it was a little crazy, and my designing work for Card Club isn't complete yet, but I'm going to tell you what, you're going to be surprised as what I'm going to be using. So if you're not part of my email club, or what do you want to call it, make sure you go to my website and fill out that pop-up, because that's the only way I really communicate with customers and followers. I don't blog very much. I just have like a home page where you can go to. So there's the ordering link. Let me just recap what I have over here, which in case you missed it, I have two things going on. So for the month of March, so the entire month of March, and I'm just putting this out today because you can see I'm a little bit behind. But any order that's already been placed will qualify for this promotion. So during March 1st to the 31st, and when you use this host code, which is right here, which is the eye doctor font, $35 product order gets you one surprise gift, a $50 gets you two, $75 gets you three, and $100 gets you four, and $125 will get you five, and then $150 or more. Do not use that host code because I want you to earn your 10%. So if an order is $150, you will receive $15 of free products from Stampin' Up. So I always tell my customers, if you're placing an order that large, make sure you always check and think about the starter kit, because it's only $99. Oh, I didn't check to see how much it is. It was just that special last month, and you can still join even though it's just your generic basic sign-on. We'd love to have you on the Inspired Daisies team. All right, my other offering I have currently is my spring retreat, which will be in Woodstock, Vermont. This is in person or to go. You need to register by March 14th, and I need a minimum of 6 people in person to make this happen. So if you're interested or on the fence, you can reach out to me. You can also go to my website and click on this same image, and it will give you all the information for my spring retreat. My retreat is on March 25th and 26th, so a Saturday and Sunday, in the lovely town of Woodstock, Vermont, and we will be at the Thompson Center. All right, that's all I have for you guys tonight. Sorry I really messed up on that. I will look at one last of the comments here. Found out there's a U-shaped mouth. Oh, that's interesting, Kathy. Found out alligator is smaller, a U-shaped mouth. The croc has longer jaw and is bigger. Of course, if you come on one, you probably won't need to know the differences because you'll be lunch. Certainly so. All right, that is so funny. And don't fold the end flaps back. Focus on the score line being sharply curved at the ends. And that's what I did this time, Lynn. I really focused on the score lines. And guess what? I got it pretty good. So I'm going to keep practicing, and I will post these again on my Facebook page. You guys all have a great night. This is my weekend and an update on my work schedule. I am working Mondays and Tuesdays at my normal day job. And then I have Wednesday through Sunday for my business, any of my personal paperwork or working with my parents and all that good stuff. And visiting my grandkids, hopefully very, very soon, because I haven't seen them since January. So you guys all have a great weekend, because I know I will. All right, you take care.